Welcome back to Auto Reviews, the channel where performance meets precision, and where we bring you the latest, boldest, and most talked about machines in the automotive world. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown of the cars that matter. Today, we're diving into something that might seem almost too wild to be true, the 2026 McLaren Senna GT sedan. Yes, you heard that right, a sedan, from McLaren, carrying the name Senna. Let that sink in for a moment. Traditionally, the Senna name has been reserved for extreme track-focused performance, McLaren's unrelenting dedication to speed and aerodynamics, with absolutely no compromises. So when rumors started flying that McLaren would slap that name on a four-door sedan, the automotive world collectively raised an eyebrow. But here we are. The 2026 McLaren Senna GT sedan is real, it's loud, and it is redefining what we thought a performance sedan could be. Let's start with the exterior. The Senna GT sedan doesn't exactly look like your average luxury four-door. It's long, low, and sculpted in a way that blends hypercar aggression with luxury saloon practicality. The front carries the same DNA as the original Senna hypercar. Razor-sharp LED headlamps, an aggressive front splitter, and that signature aerodynamic curvature that channels air with surgical precision. From the side, the GT's profile stretches into something almost reminiscent of the Porsche Panamera or even the Aston Martin Rapide, but with a more futuristic twist. The suicide rear doors are a surprising touch, giving the car a dramatic presence when parked and opened up. Now, the rear of the car might be its most controversial angle. A massive diffuser and integrated active rear wing give off full-blown race car vibes. McLaren's not trying to hide this car's heritage. There's carbon fiber everywhere: roof, side skirts, diffuser, even in the tiny vent details. Weight reduction wasn't just a thought, it was a mission. And it shows. Speaking of weight, let's get into performance. Because what's a McLaren without raw, breathtaking speed? Under the hood, well, technically behind the rear seats, is a reworked version of McLaren's 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, the same core engine found in the original Senna. But here's the twist. For the GT sedan, McLaren added hybrid technology. The result? A combined output of 1,045 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque. Let that number settle in. This isn't just quick for a sedan, it's outrageous for any road car. McLaren claims a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of just 2.5 seconds. Quarter mile, under 10 seconds. Top speed, electronically limited to 217 miles per hour. And this thing seats 4 people. Power is delivered through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, newly recalibrated to handle the extra weight and torque from the hybrid system. And get this, it's all-wheel drive. Yes, the first McLaren sedan is also the first production McLaren with a performance-tuned AWD system. That's huge. McLaren calls it Intelligent Vector Dynamics, which basically means torque gets shuffled around in milliseconds depending on your traction, speed, and driving mode. There's even a drift mode. In a sedan. Because why not? Handling-wise, the Senna GT sedan is planted and precise. Reviewers who've had early access say it corners like a much smaller car, and the active suspension system adapts faster than you can blink. Adaptive dampers, rear wheel steering, and an ultra-lightweight carbon monocoque chassis combine to make this four-door feel more like a two-door supercar. And despite the size, it doesn't feel heavy. The entire car weighs just under 4,000 pounds, which is impressive considering the battery pack and all-wheel drive hardware. Inside the cabin, McLaren went minimalist but premium. You won't find traditional wood trims or plush armchairs here. Instead, think Alcantara, exposed carbon, performance-focused bucket seats, and a center console that flows into a floating infotainment screen. Everything feels like it was made for the driver, because it was. The rear seats aren't just an afterthought, either. Passengers in the back get individual bucket-style seating with full adjustability, their own climate control zones, and optional entertainment screens. It's luxury, but in a race-ready outfit. Now let's talk price, because performance like this doesn't come cheap. The starting price for the 2026 McLaren Senna GT sedan is set at around $1.1 million. Yes, over $1 million. And that's before options. Want the full carbon exterior package? That's another $80,000. Custom color schemes from McLaren's MSO division. You're looking at six-figure customization. So realistically, most units will land closer to $1.30 or $1.4 million out the door. But here's the thing, McLaren isn't trying to sell this to the average luxury car buyer. This isn't for someone comparing it to a BMW M5 or Mercedes-AMG GT 63. This is a car for the collector who wants the wildest, fastest, most track-capable sedan ever built. And with only 399 units planned for production worldwide, exclusivity is guaranteed. So the real question is this: does the Senna GT sedan make sense? That depends on what you expect from a sedan. If you're looking for everyday practicality, comfort, and subtlety, this is absolutely not the car for you. But if you're someone who already owns a hypercar or two and wants something that can haul both your gear and your friends without giving up an ounce of thrill, then yes. It makes perfect, insane sense. It's not just a sedan. It's a statement. McLaren has never played by the rules, and the Senna GT sedan is proof that even in a world of electrification and automation, there's still room for raw, analog passion, just dressed up with 4 doors and a bit more comfort. So what do you think? Has McLaren lost the plot, or are they rewriting it? Would you take the Senna GT sedan over something like the Koenigsegg Gemera or the upcoming electric Porsche Taycan Turbo GT? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this deep dive, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more no-nonsense car reviews, and share it with your fellow gearheads. Until next time, this has been Auto Reviews, where every machine tells a story.